It was Ferrari's 1000 Grand Prix, and Bburago was the first one to pick up the punch for this car. This is going to be a diecast review on the Tuscany Grand Prix edition of the Ferrari F1000, the 1000 Grand Prix edition car. This is a car that pays tribute to the car that ran in the very first race for Ferrari back all the way in the early 50s. This is going to be a really awesome diecast review. This thing ran over in Tuscany at the Mugello circuit, and this is the Charles Leclerc version of the car. I also have Sebastian Vettel's with me as well. But for the typical box here, this box comes in the typical Ferrari box. The only thing that's really different is the sticker here for the Tuscany Grand Prix. This is the Ferrari SF1000 instead of what previous years was. And here's the back of the box here. Not really too much to go on back here. There's all the stuff you can get with Bburago, 132, 124, and 118 for all the Ferrari models that they got. Here we go. Just the back of the box and all the copyright stuff. And that should about do it. And the background consists of the Ferrari F1000 uniforms for fire suits for Sebastian Vettel and Charles Leclerc. But let's take this thing out and begin the diecast review of the Charles Leclerc version of the Ferrari F1000. Alright, now that this diecast out of its box, we can begin the diecast review of the Charles Leclerc version of the Ferrari SF1000. This car pays tribute to the original Ferrari. This pays tribute to Ferrari's first event on the Formula 1 circuit. And this is a burgundy color. This is what the color technically is. And also, one cool fun fact about this car, as I was pointed out in another video on YouTube, it looks like the 16 here, obviously it's decal, but it looks like it has been painted on, like how they would do back in the old days of Formula 1, like the cars that were all on the cars they would just paint the numbers on them. This car was like one paint color and that was it, and they just slapped on the number on it. That's like the old days of Formula 1, and that kind of looks like an old retro look to it, per se. And of course, this is much darker color than the Ferraris today, because the Ferraris today they have to pay up for the Marlboro sponsorship, as per se. Like last year with the Michelin went out logos, that's technically Marlboro just rebranded there. But overall, I really like this car. I mean, originally when I saw on the renders kind of looked a little bit brighter than what they originally were. I thought the colors were off. I was like, I'm kind of hesitant to get this. But when I actually picked it up in person, I noticed that the color is quite close. I mean, if not exact. This is really cool, I must say. When this car debuted on the racetrack, I'm like, all right, I really have to get this. And apparently, Look Smart is also making a version as well. And those of you who don't know, Look Smart is an off-brand is the Italian brand version of Spark. So, with the Look Smart version, you're definitely going to get a lot more quality. I mean, look at this. The quality here. This is their toy version per se. And I know us here in the United States, of course, those in particular pay attention to the stock car market. As I mentioned, a stock car reference in the Formula 1 video, go crucify me for that one. But the quality of the product here for the toy products of the F1 products or the Bburago products is definitely a high standard for toy products, I must say. Because, yes, it does feel light material, a lot of plastic, it's very cheaply made, but the car itself is well put together. That's one thing I have to give a huge compliment over to. Let's see here on the front of the car, it doesn't have it has the FIA road and safety logos. It doesn't have the individual cuts on the front wing as what the Look Smart would have. And this is pure die-cast metal, this car right here. If you were to get the Look Smart version, that of course will be resin, and it'll be a lot more fragile, but a lot more incredibly detailed. The detail on the Look Smart version is going to be night and day compared to this one. I mean, I'm complimenting Bburago for their quality, for the modest price that they pay for, but the Look Smart is definitely going to blow it out of the water. That's for certain. Got Ferrari logo, got Mal, got Pirelli, Lite, what do I pronounce that? You got the Shell logo. Got this number 16, and of course it has a little imprint here that says "We Race as One" on the suspension. There you go. Let's see here. We're going to proceed on to this side of the car here. Nothing on the front wings here. Got a little sponsor here. Kaspersky. Let's see, got the P0 tires, the that's off the medium compound tires. I keep thinking this is 2018 now. It's got the Ferrari, got Hublot, got the Shell logo, got the UPS and the Ray-Ban logo, got the 1000. I like how the 1000 GP logo looks like. That's pretty cool. Got a little bit of all the associate sponsors on the bottom here. Got Mal, got Shell V-Power, got the Pirelli P0 tires once again. And go back to the back of the car here. All the rear diffuser, got the onboard starter, got the rear caution lights, or the rear hazard lights as you call them, and a lot of carbon fiber on the back here, I must say. I mean, I know most of it's probably plastic, these parts, but that is indeed carbon fiber right there. That is pretty cool. And proceeding on to this side, it is the exact same as the left, per Formula One standards. Here we go. And the car itself here is all burgundy. That's what we'll call it. I think I'm butchering the color name of that car, but it's a much darker shade of red, definitely. The Ferraris have to pay up for the Marlboro sponsorship these days, so they use a lighter shade of red on their cars now. But this pays tribute to the original Ferrari. Very dark red, burgundy, very dark red, very nice. One thing I kind of had to give Look Smart a little crap about is I noticed here on the this is pointed out in another video as well, and it comes to see how they paint their cars. You know, like how the halo is not perfectly black here. Like it kind of has a little bit of a paint error that kind of spews up onto the halo here, and it looks like that is the case for all of the cars, not just for those two particular ones. Also, I believe... Oh, I forgot this. Oh, that's cool. They have a Forza Alex on there. Oh, I hope Alex Zanardi is doing really well with his recoveries and his injuries. That's... Hopefully things work out for him. That's for certain. But, you know, it is a much darker shade of red. This is a page tribute to the original Ferrari, and in my opinion, looks fabulous. I just wish, you know... And I hate to give Ferraris a lot of crap because I'm Italian. You know, I gotta root. Well, Italian American. I gotta root for the Ferraris because that's just my way of going. And unfortunately, it was a bad year to be a Ferrari fan last year. I don't know what was up with them, but hopefully this year they upgrade some departments and they get some good people in there and they produce a good car. But I noticed pretty much the same technical regulations this year as according to last year because of the pandemic. But hopefully in 2022 we'll at least see some results out of these guys. It's been quite painful to see them be so slow. But yes, I will be doing the Sebastian Vettel one as well. So if you want to request that video, I will definitely do so. And overall, though, in my personal opinion, you know, if you are a guy who likes to start out with his Formula One collection, this Bburago, Ferrari here is definitely not a bad way to start. Don't count me out. Don't count me wrong here. As a guy who collects the Look Smarts and the Sparks, this car does not hold a candle at all to the Look Smart or the Spark versions. But for the modest price, for $15 US, is what I paid for. The quality is about what I expected to be, and I'm overall extremely impressed with it. I'm not a guy who's easily impressed, so if you impress me with a $15 diecast, that's pretty impressive. So that's really, really good job on their part right here. I know the camera's making this car brighter than what it actually is, but definitely it looks like they nailed the color on this car. This is a beautiful looking car here in general. I do wish, you know, Bburagos were a little bit more detailed, like they put a little bit more aero bits and a little bit more attention to detail to the slightest thing on their cars, but for $15, I must say they do a pretty darn good job. And hopefully this will become more widely available in the United States in the coming weeks. So if you do so, make sure you reference this video and make sure you tell us you purchased this car or whatnot, and make sure hopefully I inspired you to do so. Comment, like, and subscribe. This is Robbie Noonan reminding you to join the fight to stop bullying. Hopefully it gets better for all of you guys. Hopefully we'll go racing here sometime soon. And this is Rowdy Noon saying goodbye, everybody.